Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P0971 refers to a fault in the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C within the Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017. This solenoid valve plays a crucial role in regulating the hydraulic pressure required for the automatic transmission to function correctly. It controls the pressure applied to the clutches, which enables smooth gear shifts. When there's a malfunction, it's primarily related to the electrical circuit, which implies that mechanical issues in the transmission are not at fault. As a result, if this error code is detected, the vehicle defaults to a fail-safe mode, restricting shifts to only first, second, or fifth gears. This slide outlines the purpose of the solenoid valve and the implications of its failure in the vehicle's transmission operation. In conclusion, diagnosing DTC P0971 requires a solid understanding of the electrical circuitry involved in the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C. This error code signifies an electrical failure rather than a mechanical one, making it imperative to focus on connections and wiring integrity throughout the troubleshooting process. Recognizing the role of the solenoid valve in gear shifting and the safe mode that restricts transmission gears is essential for effective diagnosis. Each troubleshooting step serves a purpose in systematically isolating the fault, allowing for targeted repairs. By following this suggested guide and the preventive maintenance measures, owners can enhance the reliability of their Honda Accord's automatic transmission system. DTC P0971 specifically points to an issue with the AT automatic transmission clutch pressure control solenoid valve C. This component is vital for maintaining the appropriate hydraulic pressure within the transmission, allowing for smooth engagement and disengagement of the clutches. Located within the transmission assembly, the solenoid valve is responsible for controlling the pressure that facilitates gear shifts. If the solenoid valve fails, the transmission, unable to shift gears properly, defaults to a fail-safe mode, effectively limiting the vehicle's operation to only first, second, or fifth gears. Additionally, this error code is often stored in the PCM, powertrain control module, in response to detected electrical circuit problems. Understanding the location and function of the solenoid is essential for efficient troubleshooting. The primary causes for DTC P0971 stem from electrical circuit issues that impact the functionality of the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C. One significant cause might be a defective solenoid valve itself, which may not respond correctly to commands, disrupting the hydraulic pressure required for proper gear shifting. Additionally, poor connections or loose terminals between the solenoid valve and the PCM can lead to erratic signals and diminished performance. It's important to assess the electrical circuit before considering mechanical transmission issues, as the code is specifically indicative of an electrical fault. Close inspection of wiring and connectors is essential to identify potential breaks or corrosion that could compromise the solenoid's functionality. When DTC P0971 is triggered, the symptoms become noticeable during vehicle operation, often beginning with the transmission being limited to first, second, or fifth gears only. This restricted functionality not only affects acceleration and driving dynamics, but can lead to significant safety concerns on the road. Drivers may also experience erratic shifting behavior, where the transmission may hesitate or delay when shifting between these available gears. Furthermore, the check engine light will illuminate on the dashboard, serving as an alert that there is an underlying issue requiring attention. While some issues may appear temporarily resolved, if this error code persists, it often results in an overall decline in vehicle performance and responsiveness. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P0971 involves verifying the problem through a series of preliminary checks. Begin by pressing the engine's start-stop button to set the vehicle to on mode. Once set, use the HDS Honda Diagnostics system to clear any stored DTCs, including P0971. This step is critical as it helps determine if the error code reoccurs, indicating a persistent issue. After clearing, check for both pending and confirmed DTCs using HDS. If DTC P0971 is indicated, it confirms that the failure is duplicated, necessitating further troubleshooting steps. However, if it does not appear, this could indicate an intermittent failure, prompting a check for poor connections or loose terminals between the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C and the PCM. In the second troubleshooting step, focus on checking the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C itself. Utilize the HDS to observe certain parameters that determine the health of the solenoid. Specifically, check the actual current flowing through the solenoid, which should exceed a threshold of 0.035 amps. This value is critical, as it indicates whether the solenoid is functioning within its designed operating range. If the conditions match the expected threshold, it confirms that the solenoid is likely functioning correctly, allowing you to advance to the next step. Conversely, if the actual conditions fall below this threshold, it suggests a fault within the solenoid, and the next course of action would be to replace the secondary valve body, which contains the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C. For the third troubleshooting step, focus on checking for any open wires related to the GND1 and GND2 lines, which are critical grounds for the circuit. Start by setting the engine to off mode and using the HDS to jump the SCS line to ensure proper diagnostic functionality. Next, disconnect the PCM, Powertrain Control Module, Connector B, specifically the 51P connector, to allow for individual wire testing. With Connector B disconnected, check for continuity between specified test points. For GND1, evaluate the connection between the number 11 pin on the PCM, black wire, and body ground. Similarly, check GND2 from the number 20 pin, brown wire. Confirming continuity is essential, as any breaks would indicate faulty wiring. If continuity checks out, it may imply the need to replace the PCM due to underlying electrical faults. After completing the necessary repairs and replacements for DTC P0971, conduct a final verification to ensure that the issue has been resolved effectively. Start by taking the vehicle for a test drive to observe its performance under normal driving conditions. Monitor for any signs of erratic shifting behavior or limitations in gear selection. Following this drive, utilize the HDS again to check for the reappearance of DTC P0971 or any new codes that may have surfaced. It's crucial to confirm that the transmission operates smoothly and the vehicle returns to its normal shifting patterns without any issues. This verification step is essential to ensure that the repair has been successful and that the vehicle is safe for operation. Although specific preventive maintenance steps were not detailed in the troubleshooting guide, it's essential to develop a regimen to reduce the likelihood of future occurrences of DTC P0971. Regularly inspecting wiring and connectors in the transmission area can help prevent electrical issues tied to the AT clutch pressure control solenoid valve C. Keeping the transmission fluid at optimal levels also helps maintain proper hydraulic pressure and ensures all components function correctly. Lastly, adhering to the manufacturer's recommended scheduled maintenance checks for the vehicle can help in catching potential issues early, promoting longevity and reliable performance of the transmission system. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.